I had worked in large companies which follow very bureaucratic, waterfall-based models. And I was tired of the bureaucracy and the red tape and the fact that when you wanted to, or when you had to create a new document or a new deliverable, the template itself was already 20 pages long, and by the time you added your content, it was 20, 30, 50 pages long. You knew no one was really going to read the work that you were doing, and it wasn't actually testing at the end of the day, so you weren't actually doing the job that you were there to do. It seemed like a waste of time. So coming to an agile company where those sorts of things are not valued, whereas other practices are, was great. But then coming here and finding that you didn't have that safety net of a well-defined process which said do this, then that, was daunting and a challenge. Agile as a process is very developer-centric, and so other people involved in software development who aren't necessarily developers need to find themselves in a position where they need to fit in and adjust to Agile rather than Agile actually providing them a way to do their work. So groups such as technical writers and testing, for example, I think fit into that category. So when you look at people who are testing within Agile companies that are truly Agile, you see that there are no best practices. And what's really starting to develop is the idea of context-driven testing, where there are no best practices per se. What you need to do is what fits your particular context the best. The problem with this approach is that it means that you actually have to think, which is not the way testing community has been taught to follow for the last 10, 20 years. It's been, here are some models, here are some best practices, don't question, just follow the steps. What we find in Agile development is that those sorts of things don't help you very much. If you try to employ them, you don't get very far. So we've had to put them aside and actually approach it from a new perspective.